Dub in the chat. A W. Ha.
The Indiana Fever just pulled off something unimaginable just 3 months ago. They now sit 4 games above .500 for the first time since 2015. And the craziest part? They did it without Caitlin Clark on the hardwood. But that's not the real surprise. While most predicted they'd stumble without their star, they instead shattered for franchise milestones in one explosive showdown against Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. But here's the twist. 2 athletes who weren't even part of the roster earlier this year emerged as the unexpected heroes of this epic night. Curious about the 4 records they broke. Let's just say names like Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, plus fresh faces Ari McDonald and Chloe Bai are involved. If you're a Fever fan, smash that like and type, "I've got the fever." Let's roll.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
Come on.
the former Dallas Wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
People thought Indiana would collapse without Caitlin Clark, but something incredible unfolded instead. Picture the scene on August 1st, Clark seated on the sidelines, marking her 6th consecutive absence due to that groin strain from July 15th. No update on her comeback. Meanwhile, the Dallas Wings secure American Airlines Center, home court of the Mavericks, with Paige. Bueckers determined to break their losing streak of 8 out of their last 10. The heat was on. Could Indiana keep their momentum alive, minus their game changer?
Wins in a row, a season high. Just how have you been able to find that rhythm over this stretch?
I think it's been about, we've had some practices, and I think practicing has definitely tuned us up, fine-tuning up as far as the details. We knew before All-Star that, the second half of the season is always about people making adjustments, people finding ways to stop what we have to do. And I think that on us, we try to do a good job of staying locked in at practices and shoot-arounds and all that kind of stuff to be where we need to be.
The first possession told the story of Indiana's attitude. They entered with fire, like they had something to settle. No second guessing. No waiting for someone to take charge. This wasn't survival. This was a mission. Kelsey Mitchell took command instantly. She attacked with intensity, buried confident jumpers, and made it clear, we're here to fight. Mitchell posted 23 points, hitting 9 of 19 from the field. Taking the reins usually held by Clark, she was the top scorer across the league in July.
14 20-point games this season. In her 8th year, she also has a couple of 30s. And Mitchell trades the 3.
Now have a little bit of an advantage in the paint, and they need to keep doing that.
That time, Dejanay went for the steal, and Mitchell kept it away from her. Would not have taken that call so gently, shall we say. Now, Kalani Brown was her buffer last year. Is Mitchell all the way to the hole?
So you stick together, communicate on defense. This is a high-octane offensive team.
Beautiful pass. Mitchell was so sure of that. After she passed it, she started running down the other end.
Still, Paige Bueckers wasn't letting this slide. The rookie sensation countered with 22 points on 7 of -14 shooting, also racking up 4 boards, 4 dimes, and 2 takeaways. She stood alone for Dallas in double figures, proving why she's a 3-level scorer. Even in her debut WNBA season, the battle raged back and forth, keeping fans gripped. But one stat caused serious buzz: free throws. Dallas got 25 attempts. Compared to Indiana's 13, nearly twice as many, fans instantly stormed social media questioning the refs, even accusing Bueckers of selling contact. Wings coach Chris Claines didn't hold back his disapproval after the match either.
Go to the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there. Don't shy away from the defense because they will get out in transition. And Kelsey Mitchell doing what she does. Indiana up in Dallas.
The real breakdown came from DJ Jane Carrington. Last year's most improved player had a game to forget, scoring just 4 and turning it over 5 times. In the closing seconds of the third, she brought the ball up and hoisted a wild shot that Had the crowd stunned? Her off night was a major reason Dallas couldn't keep it together.
Finding ways to get wins, and that's going on some scoring bursts. That's being able to rely on multiple players, getting stops when needed, making adjustments and continuing to grow. I mean, this is a group that's been resilient all season long, and I think that we have such quality depth that we can rely on one another, and rely on one another in certain moments.
At the final buzzer, the scoreboard read 88-78 in Indiana's favor. The Fever proved they were far more than just Caitlin Clark and a few support players. They showed they could seal games they were expected to win. In fact, Coach Stephanie White acknowledged with pride after the victory.
Stick to your defensive principles. This is an Indiana team that has very nimble on the offensive end.
McDonald from the outside rattles another three. That's her third of the ball.
Two names not even on the roster 90 days ago just turned into Indiana's hidden gems. Aari McDonald and Chloe Bai, mid-season additions no one hyped, became game changers. These weren't flashy signings, just depth options, safety nets as the team battled through the grind.
She should have looked up and said, "Oh, aren't you an all-star?"
Pass.
And Cunningham completes it.
That's what Indiana does better than anybody in the WNBA.
McDonald's rise is straight out of a sports flick. She started the season unsigned. Not a single team came calling. Then, on June 25th, Indiana handed her a rest-of-season deal after a brief stint under a hardship contract. Wings game, she drops 15 points, dishes 6 assists, and runs the point like a seasoned vet. That came right after her career-best outing versus Phoenix, proving she's ready for the spotlight.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with Aari is that she's dependable. And she's dependable, not always for production, but she understands the impact that she can make in the game. And she understands how to do it, starting it on the defensive end, pushing pace, dictating tempo, getting to the rim, creating shots for her teammates, all of those things. And she's got an incredible awareness. And so she understands when she's hot, and she understands when somebody else is hot and how to get them the ball. But I've just been really proud to see her confidence grow in our system and the ownership that she's taking in being that leader on the floor for us.
What stood out most? McDonald's natural feel for the game. She controlled tempo, knew when to sprint or settle, and kept teammates involved. Coach White noticed instantly, calling her a true point guard with court awareness. Kelsey Mitchell even called her a blessing in disguise for stepping up in a time of need.
I'd say Boston, the rebound to Mitchell. McDonald splits the D. Bibby, this is where she's good. She can extend the defense, and she's done it.
For that nice jumper.
Bueckers again, another double-digit game, 6 in the quarter. Here's Bibby, launches, buries the three.
Bibby, don't do him like that.
Then came Chloe Bai, who made noise in limited action. She drained to clutch threes off the bench, not random. Perfectly timed momentum swings that gave Indiana breathing space. Her range stretched the floor, opening lanes for others. Coach White praised her for clicking with the system instantly and always being ready to fire.
You signed Chloe Bibby to a rest of season contract today. Just what impressed you about her on that 7-day and those 2 games she put in?
Well, number one, just the way that she fit in right away. She gives us a different look from that forward position with her ability to stretch the floor. And particularly in 2 games where we really needed to create space for AB to go to work inside, she was able to do that for us. She came in and she learned the system right away. It just was such an easy transition, and she's produced.
These unexpected names became game changers in Indiana's best record since 2015. McDonald brought crucial leadership at the point. Bai gave them spacing that transformed the offense. Coach White's strategy came to life because these two embraced their duties without hesitation. The Fever weren't just getting by without Clark, they were thriving. They weren't the only ones making history. While eyes were glued to the scoreboard, Indiana was rewriting the record books. For milestones in one night, not just great efforts, but feats that redefined the franchise. First up, Leah Boston and Natasha Howard became the first ever WNBA teammates to both record 10-plus points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the same game. Let that sink in. No duo in WNBA history had ever done that before. Boston logged 12 points, 11 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Howard tallied 11 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Watch the attention Boston gets. Opens up a lot for the guards. Here's Boston. Bueckers had nothing she could do. No rebound, Howard. That's rebound number 9 to go along with her 9 points. Beautiful dish inside to Boston.
What we'll do is share the basketball here. Just a little dump down to Boston.
Paige Carrington rolls to the hole. Howard with a rejection.
To the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there.
Now let's highlight Howard's 16 rebounds, a personal best. She ruled the glass like she was playing against amateurs. Meanwhile, Boston kept her double-double streak alive. 5 straight games now, and reminded everyone why she's a rising star. This night wasn't just consistent, it was clutch.
That pass outside to Howard.
Oh,
Boston
wow.
at the basket, foul on Haley Jones.
It is not a move her out geographically away from the lane to get her off the basket. Tough rebound there.
Geisel shooter's going to come out. Lee Yu-Ru will check into the...
But that's not all. Kelsey Mitchell now leads the entire WNBA in most 20-point games after the All-Star break. Her 23 points against Dallas marked her 13th game this season with 20 or more points. Mitchell has been the steady scoring threat that keeps this offense moving even when other players struggle.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
come on.
The former Dallas wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there.
But there's more. Kelsey Mitchell now tops the WNBA for most 20-point games since the All-Star break. Her 23 points versus Dallas marked her 13th 20 game this season. Mitchell has become Indiana's scoring engine, steady, reliable, and dangerous. If you're riding with Indiana, drop a comment. I've got the fever. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a moment.